AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock!
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload. Yeah, the boy.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Yeah! Cassie Spazzali. Muso. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yeah, what was happening?
All
right, how are you? How you feeling?
It's been a really good one. Been a good week. Great week, actually.
Why?
Really fired up today.
I'm getting a season ticket update as we speak right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Yep. Fired up today. Well, it's been a good week because today I get, and you get, to make someone $25,000 richer.
Yeah, that's coming up in 56 minutes.
We are going to give someone in 56 minutes $25,000 cash.
Looking forward to that. We'll call them on the air.
We're going to call them.
But even if you don't win that, people are fired up because you got a gift. You got Will Wade coming back.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I mean, my goodness gracious. I'm so happy.
It's a thing. It is a thing.
I'm trying to get some context here, but from the LSU ticket office. Let's see. Can you give me some context on that number? I'm gonna send that and see what we get back. I'll share that number in just a smidge.
Well, we got our check into TAF today, so hopefully we can get some tickets. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
In all seriousness, though, we'll wait. I mean,
it's a big deal. No, I mean, look, it's if nothing else comes of this, other than excitement around that sport, I think it's very important for the city that. You know, you may say it is a football town, and it always will be, and with a proud baseball tradition. But, man, I mean, you know, there's been some really nice basketball players and teams in the past here, and so I'm excited about it, man. I want an excuse and a reason to go to all those games again. Some of my fondest childhood memories, you know, Vernell Singleton and, you know, the list goes on and on of all the guys that I had a Band-Aid on my shoulder for no reason. Like
Snoopy Band-Aid.
I mean, what are we doing? Chris Jackson. It's just great name. So I'm pumped up, man. And I love basketball.
I know you do.
So I'm very excited. Very excited.
What do you think about all the people, all the negative reaction to Will nationally?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute.
Okay, well, great. Well, then, how was your week?
So so that's actually what as I pondered over what to talk about, I've already written a letter to
Will. Yeah, come back.
Will.
Was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
A couple weeks ago, asking him to come back.
He listened.
And I hope that it hit home for him. I know he listened, of course, but I hope it kind of pulled at the heartstrings. But I really wanted him to know what it meant, to me personally. And so I thought about writing a letter, thanking him for that. And then I was like, because I need to get some things off my chest for all these idiots. And it's not just Will. So anyway, that's kind of what my letter's about. My letter is to the, it's media members, but it's really it's not just media members, I would say. I think it's just social media is giving a bunch of morons that have some fame a bit of a platform. So it's those guys too. They're not necessarily media guys. Anyway, so it's those folks that are pissed at LSU. So I kind of wrote a letter to them.
Okay. Can't wait to hear it.
Okay. You idiots are just jealous because your stupid, lazy universities are too scared to step out there and make stuff happen.
Yeah.
You come from places like Duke, who hires safe.
Yeah.
And North Carolina. The blue bloods.
Yeah.
Alabama.
That's not a blue blood.
Kellen DeBoer football.
Oh, in football. Oh, okay.
Football. They did that too.
Yeah.
They did that.
I thought you meant basketball.
Now, Kim Mulkey, Coach Kim Mulkey playing tonight. You guys tune in. Sweet 16. Is from Louisiana. Her son played baseball here, and she just so happened to be one of, if not the best women's basketball coaches in America at the time. And she was over at Baylor. You and I sat on our show. We might have been downstairs at the time. I think it may have been up here first year. And we made a joke, actually, about Kim Mulkey coming over here. Kramer was at LSU. And boy, that'd be cool. Let's get her on. How do you think that would play in Baton Rouge? And we did. We had her on. She was great. And I like to take...
When she was coaching Baylor?
When she was at Baylor. We did. And I would like to take some credit for bringing her here to Baton Rouge.
Okay.
I'll take a little bit.
Okay.
You can have some.
A scotch of credit?
And you know what LSU did, Matt?
What did they do?
There, Matthew. They said, screw it. Let's go get her. Why not? We got to hire a new coach. The other coach is not going to coach here anymore. So let's go get the one that's from here, whose son plays here, who, I don't know if we can get her or not, but let's try. Let's see what happens. And they went and got her. And then we held up a trophy. That's what LSU did.
Yep.
LSU needed a baseball coach a few years back. They had a coach here who was nearing his end. And so a proud baseball program like LSU needs the right guy to recreate that dynasty. And they went and hired the best young baseball coach in the country. That's Jay Johnson. And all he's done is laid the groundwork for another dynasty, similar to one we experienced in the 90s. I think we can see that building. He's the best baseball coach in America. So now you got the best women's basketball, one of. Definitely the best for this university. And you got the best baseball coach in America. LSU did that.
Yeah, they did.
You can call Lane Kiffin what you want, which is a lot of things. But the recent success on the field that he has had speaks for itself. I am not saying by any means Lane Kiffin is a choir boy, but the dude was the hottest commodity on the coaching circuit. Period. End of discussion. And every single one of you clowns that were talking about Kiffin coming here and being a sellout would have taken him at your tired universities in a heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
That brings us to Will Wade. Coach Will Wade.
Frank.
Will Wade is not the Nick Saban of basketball.
Mm-mm.
This is what gets me. He's not.
Nope.
He's not the Kim Mulkey of women's basketball either.
Nope. No, he's not. He's a man.
Yeah.
He coaches men's basketball, not women's.
He's not the equivalent of Jay Johnson in baseball.
Got it. Yeah, he coaches basketball. It's a different sport.
Totally different sport.
Completely different.
Different resume
Mm-hmm.
for all three of those. And I love Coach Will Wade as much as anyone does. I even went to his little presser at Phil's when he first got hired. I thought it was great.
Yesterday?
No,
Oh,
the first one.
time?
Sat on the front row. Wore my championship ring, hoping he would notice me. Was really excited about him.
At Phil's?
This was years ago. You didn't get invited to that one.
That one, the presser. Press conference was at the Student Union.
Yeah, this wasn't a presser. This was
okay.
this was like for like the real fans, like myself,
Or for people who's trying to get money from?
pretty much.
Did you give him any?
No.
Shocker.
But the truth is about Will Wade is this, you guys. He has no skins on the wall yet. Hasn't won anything. Okay? National media, I'm talking to you guys. Idiots talking trash on the internet. I'm talking to you guys. He hasn't won anything. He's not like the guy. Okay? So I don't understand why y'all are so upset. He's our guy. He's not the guy. Y'all don't want him. We want him. So why are y'all so pissed that we got the guy that we wanted when nobody else wanted him? You could have fired your coach and hired him, but you didn't. We did.
True.
We want the general. And you know what LSU does? LSU gets what they want. Matthew, their Matty boy, our president, our AD, our governor, they understand the importance of LSU athletics to the livelihood of our economy and our state. And shout out to those guys for understanding that. Thank y'all. The economic impact of championships in Baton Rouge is a real thing. I personally have felt it. People spend money when we win. So we need to win. I'm proud of our leaders. You know that? I'm proud of Verge. I love you, Verge. You're the guy. Proud of Wade. Governor Landry. Go get him. You want him? Go get him. It's a new era of college athletics building, people. And what it does not allow for is program builders. I don't want those guys. I want Will Wade. I want Lane Kiffin. Give me Jay Johnson. Let's go get some titles. Sincerely, Ryan.
When he comes on the show, I'm going to call him Frank. I never called him Frank on an interview before. I'm going to do it.
That's his real name?
Frank Williams Wade.
Williams.
Williams with an S is his name. Frank Williams Wade.
Burn up!
AFR.
AFR.
I was over at Goodwood today. Yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Can you see right there? You probably can't see it, but it's like right there.
I thought you were showing me your wood. I was like, I was over there today. Can you see my wood? No.
That little pinprick right there.
Yeah.
That's where they drew blood for me today.
How we doing?
Time
You
of my
good?
blood labs. I'll get the results on Monday.
Okay.
So every 6 months. So when you're on HRT, every 6 months you go for blood labs. If you're on HRT, you probably know that. What you probably don't know is that whichever clinic you currently use, they charge you for your blood labs. See, at Goodwood, they pick up that expense. They don't pass it on to you. Yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. So if you're on HRT, it's worth switching. They're great. They're local. They can ship your medicine to you locally, anywhere in the country. And, of course, they pick up that expense, as I just mentioned, on your blood lab. So if you're with a clinic right now for your HRT and, like, you pay a membership fee and they charge you for your blood labs, like, you're overpaying. You need to check out Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Peptides as well. Yes, they have ED treatments if you need that. Yourgoodwood.com. It's Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Check it out. Yourgoodwood.com. Hey, how important was it to you to get to watch your kids play their sports in high school? I'm asking you.
The most.
Yeah. So if you had to do a job that maybe took you away for a long time, that'd be really challenging, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
This is why working at River Parish Contractors is pretty awesome. rpcontractors.com, rpcontractors.com, rpcontractors.com. They need people right now, by the way. They got 4 really big jobs coming up. But the great thing about River Parish Contractors is their work is local, so you're home at night. You want to eat dinner with your family at night? River Parish Contractors allows you to do that. You want to be there to watch your kids play baseball or soccer, softball, volleyball, football, whatever it is? When you work with River Parish Contractors, you can do that. They're hiring right now. If it's project work, turnarounds, the fab shop, check them out online at rpcontractors.com. That's rpcontractors.com.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
5, 4, 3, 2.
The Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs.
You know what I want to do the rest of the show? I want all our Will Wade audio. I want our best of Will Wade back the rest of the show. Coming out of every break the rest of the show.
What you mean, like, of him, like his actual... Okay.
Like him yelling at Cobble. What's your question?
Oh, God.
That interaction.
The guard play.
I want him absolutely annihilating Bob Marlin from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. I want all the best of Will Wade coming out of every break for the rest of the show. We should have done it yesterday, quite honestly. That was the day to do it, but we're doing it today as we bask in the afterglow of the return. You know what's amazing? Like
How pissed everybody is?
Kinda.
So funny.
And the interest everywhere is interesting. Like the interest is interesting. Like I did a lot of interviews today from people asking about this, and I think the surprising thing, and I told our audience about this yesterday, but it's true. The surprising thing is, we live here, and I think culturally we're used to things operating this way, where like it's not uncommon for the governor and the board chairman and business people like to get involved and get their hands dirty and sort of influence things like this. Whereas typically just think, oh, the athletic director makes a hire. Like very clearly, like Verge didn't make this hire. This was Jeff Landry, Lee Mallett, Wade Roos pulling their strings. It's my understanding that Wade Roos was actually like the chief recruiter here. And everyone is like so surprised, but that feels so common here. Does that make, you know what I mean? Like,
I believe it's common everywhere.
No, man, it's not.
I think that
it's not.
I think that they just, okay, maybe not
man.
everywhere, but I think it does happen. I think here we just don't care to operate in the shadows. Like we just
there are places where people want their voice heard, and there are some athletic departments where prominent boosters have maybe more influence than they should, but ultimately, or have a lot of influence, I should say, but ultimately decisions are made by the people hired to make those decisions, namely an athletic director, something like that. It's what happens here where, like, just look at the situation. I mean, you moved out a board chairman to move a different guy in who wanted Will Wade. The president got hired. They bring in the AD from McNeese. All these positions were aligned. And it all started at the governor's office to get a basketball coach hired. You know what I mean? Like that's not common.
Yeah, I mean,
like the governor, I don't know.
Amongst other things,
the governor of Idaho ain't getting involved in who the Vandals are hiring for their basketball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. Well, not that we know of. I don't know that I agree fully that it doesn't happen. I think that we, you, me, we are just. I think the folks here are not afraid to just do it. I mean, it's been that way for a long time here in Louisiana. But also, I think it's a much bigger talking point and bigger discussion than just athletics. I think that it's an inarguable point that LSU is the billboard to the state of Louisiana in a lot of regards. I think that And when I say LSU, I'm not talking about the agriculture building over there. I'm talking about the football team and the baseball team and the women's basketball team. I think it's a sports deal. And, you know, you look at the high schools around Baton Rouge that are the most successful. They're also the most successful on the sports fields. And you know, so those two things go hand in hand, like it or not. The academics don't love it, but it produces finances and money for them to buy things to be smarter people, whatever that is. So, like, those talking points trickle down to the entire community. But then ultimately, you know, hey, man, there's a election every 4 years, right? I mean, you know, and so there's all kind of other thoughts and things that I believe go into this whole process. I really could care less as long as LSU's winning championships and they're getting the best possible people for the job. And I do wholeheartedly believe that that's what is happening. You know, should they be as entrenched in what's going on? Maybe. If the folks that are making the decision ultimately aren't able to, I want good leaders and good decision makers to be able to make decisions and do things. You know, I don't care how they get to the final decision as long as it's the right one at the end. And that's kind of where I am with it.
If you're to reverse engineer it, like maybe to put that succinctly, like why people at the top of government and the university might be this interested. Here's how I would say it. And I've had this conversation with plenty of people. Okay, you want Louisiana to have the best doctors and economists and engineers and everything, right, in our state. Okay, well, you got to educate those people. So you need your education system, your higher ed, to be better and more efficient, right? Well, that means you got to attract the best students to want to apply and come to your school. Well, how do you get people to apply to come to your school? Well, you have to promote your school. What's the best way to promote your school? Athletics. I mean, it is the thing that is the biggest footprint. So when you talk to folks at LSU, they'll tell you, like, investing in athletics is so important because the brand awareness, because of being good in athletics, is what begets all those other things. People are interested in athletics, so LSU wins. Applications go up. You have a better selection pool. You get those kids on campus. You teach them. Everything grows. It makes the university better. And then hopefully you work really hard to keep the best and brightest in the state and then to make the state better. So, I mean, I think all of those things do work hand in hand, why there's an interest in LSU being really good. I also think there's some vanity to it. I think there's wealthy people who like to control things and want to be able to take credit for popular decisions that are made. And so I think there's ulterior motives and things like that, but I agree with you that I just want the best people, and from a sports perspective, I just want to win.
Win. Look, dude, Alabama is the best example of all. Sure. Before Saban got there. Yeah, I mean, the place is a totally different place today than it was before he got there, purely because they were winning football games.
Absolutely.
You know.
We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020. You want to see 2020? Call 924-2020 for the Williamson Eye Center. It was over yesterday at Spine Center in that building. If you're coming off Bluebonnet, you turn on to Picardy. Is that the right on Picardy? And then the building on the right.
Yeah.
So first, second floor is Williamson Eye. Third floor was Spine Center. Anyway, right there off of Bluebonnet, but there's Williamson Eye Center locations all over greater Baton Rouge area. So you want to go get your annual eye exam, go to the Williamson Eye Center, book your appointment at williamsoneye.com, williamsoneye.com. You need to fill or update that prescription. They can help you at their optical shop. And if you want to ditch the contacts and glasses forever, the Williamson Eye Center, they're the best, no matter your age or your refractive issue. You say, Matt, I'm not a candidate for LASIK. Okay, well, maybe you're a candidate for EVO ICL or PRK or custom lens replacement. There's so many different options. Sit down with Dr. Blake Williamson, see the best option for you, williamsoneye.com. That's Williamson, EYE.com. And if you don't call the Williamson Eye Center, you can kick rocks.
It's time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
presented by Ruckus. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge, or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
A perpetual kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Did you prepare?
yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
You can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Well, Matt, it's finally happened, and I don't like it.
What happened, Ryan?
I hated it in the beginning, then I kind of changed my mind on it. Now it's here, and it's happening, and I don't like it.
Okay.
And that's the ball and strike challenge system in MLB. You can kick rocks. I watched a few games opening day, and there were some challenges, and it became very apparent to me very early that people are going to be much more calm throughout the game now. So one part of the game that I love is when people get ejected and get pissed. I think it's hilarious. And it's gonna be very rare that happens.
Yeah, I'd rather get the call right.
And I don't know of a scenario where it will happen, truthfully.
Good.
Unless you hit people.
Yeah, that's still going to happen.
And you still hit people, and they'll charge, and that'll be really the only way to get ejected.
Cool. Yeah, good. I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
So the ABS ball strike deal and kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
NBA.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, NBA sucks. I'm not an NBA fan.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't like the NBA. Okay. And here's one reason why I don't like the NBA. They are introducing 3 anti-tanking ideas to vote on.
Okay.
They don't want people to be able to tank anymore. I think that can kick rocks because I like tanking. I think it's kind of awesome to see the teams roll out dudes that are brutal out there and just lose on purpose. And
Why?
I don't know. I think it's great. I think tanking is good. I think it's cool. I think it's fun.
Your very sound, logical argument is blowing me away right now.
I think you should be able to lose a game if you want to lose the game. I think that's your right. Mike Trout hit a homer on opening day again.
Oh, he's still playing?
And he also stole a base. Mike Trout is on pace to be the first 162 player in Major League Baseball history. Want to give him a hug. But I also want to bring to attention everyone that Mike Trout, we have forgotten about him.
Yeah, we have.
But when he decides to stop playing baseball, he's a top 20, 15 player of all time. That's what the numbers are going to say. And I want to give him a hug for being such a good player in such a bad market on such a bad team. And if he stays healthy this year, he's going to hit 40, he's going to steal 40, and he's going to be that guy again.
But you know, Rhino, he could have left at any point. I mean, he's the one who's continued to sign contracts in LA to stay there. He could have left, but he stayed. He could have gone somewhere and been more marketable. He could have gone somewhere and competed for championships. He's chosen to stay and play for the Angels.
Yes, you're right. Shohei left. Yeah, Shohei left. Can I give a hug? Can I give opening day a hug?
Yeah.
What a great day it was yesterday at opening day. It should be a holiday. I believe it should be a national holiday. Baseball is America's pastime. And I would like to give opening day a hug. The best day of baseball season is the first. Second best day is the last. If you're fortunate enough to play on both of those days, it's been a heck of a season. So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's what we got.
Yankees and Giants, no score. Did you see Tony V's debut?
I did not. How'd they do?
Yankees beat the Giants 7-0.
Yeah. Welcome to the league.
Welcome. You have a crappy team. Thank you. Thank you.
They're not very good, though, the Giants.
Not at all. That's I was listening to Live at Lunch earlier today, and Charlie was talking to Ace Seminara, just dealing out picks.
Okay.
And look, man, if your name's Ace Seminara and you're from New York and you're slinging picks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he gives you a compelling argument why you should take the Yankees on the money line against the Giants today.
You listen.
With Schlittler on the mound?
Nasty. He's nasty.
Got to be careful when you say that name.
Schlittler's good.
No. I knew you were going to do it.
You remember how good he was last year at the end of the year?
Schlittler.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Schlittler.
That's it.
Schlittler. Bet you the elementary school kids had a fun time with that.
What do you think they called him?
They did their best to call him Schlittler. They did their best. I think.
But Ace Seminera's pick so far.
Money.
No, there's no score in the top of the fourth. So I'd really like to see things get going a little bit here, especially for Judge, who was 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts in the opener. You didn't watch it?
I didn't watch that game.
I'm surprised. It was on Netflix. Do you have Netflix?
Hmm?
I can't believe you didn't watch.
I don't want to. I didn't watch last night. I didn't watch.
It was 2 nights ago.
It was 2 nights ago. I did. Oh yeah, that was the opening.
Yeah, opening on Netflix. Yeah.
No, I didn't watch that. Schlittler.
Then you can kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Ruckus103.com. 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 Went last Saturday.
Did they have any Easter shoes? They normally do a good job with like some Easter shoes at Ruckus.
You know, I didn't really notice about Easter shoes. Wasn't really looking for Easter shoes. Drew wanted to go. And you know what he wanted to do? He wanted to go to just keep opening the door to hear the door chime. And so I basically spent the whole time I was there blocking the door so he wasn't annoying everybody, just continuing to open the door to make it chime.
Did you apologize to the guys? Like,
I did. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, thank you. That's very kind of you. But nobody wants my son just opening the door to hear it chime every 5 minutes.
Drew's good at Ruckus.
Not 5 minutes.
He walks in, he walks around, he takes it all in, then he sits on the bench.
Sits on the bench.
And he just vibes.
Except
for last time.
Except when you weren't there, this past time when I took him, and all he wanted to do was open the door.
Yeah.
And hear it chime 1,000 times. But go to Ruckus for the shoes or to hear the door chime.
Yeah.
Ruckus103.com.
Hang out with Drew.
Ruckus103.com. All right, quick break. We'll continue AFR.
AFR.
REV. Let's rev. Let's rev.com. Let's rev.com. Lightning fast internet speeds up to 5 gigs. Rev. All fiber network. Rev. Local sales, service, and support. Rev. Call center right here. Rev. Home. Rev. Office. Rev. Internet, cable, phone, home automation, security. Rev. What crappy company do you have right now? If it's not Rev, it's a crappy company. For your internet, your home automation, your security, your cable, your phone, your business or a homeowner, 70,000 people in our communities trust Rev. You better be next. Rev. REV. Let's rev.com. Let's rev.com.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I think they're different. The approach offensively, though they may have some similar characteristics where they both steal a lot of bases, will bunt. I think it's more different actually than the same. You know, I think these guys will sell out to drive the ball. So it's not just like a small ball type deal. Like they're good and then they can win a lot of different ways. Very opportunistic, you know, in terms of you making mistakes, whether that's strike throwing from the mound, handling the ball, you know, in the infield. And they're very committed, you know, to what they're doing.
LSU's fielding percentage is .964. That's not very good.
Not ideal.
So in the majors, obviously you want to be above .980. 964 is not good. LSU was 981 last year. So for this team, which Zach York at first has struggled defensively, it's been a revolving door at second. John Pearson seems like he's settled at third. Milam has been awesome at short. The backstop has been a little bit of a it's been a challenge this year with a couple of young guys, with Aaron Beatty and Cerna. You're outstanding defensively in the outfield. How do you think with Kentucky playing small ball, LSU's defensive struggles, like how do you fix that this weekend?
I mean, I don't know how you fix the struggles in one weekend. I will say that from what I've seen, you know, there's one guy in particular that you mentioned there struggling playing defense, and small ball in the same sentence is going to cause a problem, and that's your first baseman. You know, you need somebody that can field a bunt. When I think small ball, I think bunt. I think hit and run. A lot of that stuff happens, you know, on that side of the infield. You know, and so we did see the last. I mean, Cerna, I guess has played in every game in the last whatever, I think 8 or 9 games or something. Not necessarily a first baseman, got confused on a cutoff, didn't really know where to be, but that's fixable stuff. I personally would like to see him at first base when he's not catching.
Instead of DH?
Yeah, I like to see him at first base.
Why? Why instead of DH?
Because I think he helps the Tigers at first base defensively.
So you're saying just to not have York in there?
Correct.
Got it.
In any.
That's okay. You can say it.
Yeah. And look, man,
you're not. I mean, York had a couple of homers the other day.
Yeah, against bad pitching.
But he was whiffing against bad pitching for the last month.
Yeah, but he really struggled against good pitching. And the beginning of the year, first week of the year, he hit bad pitching. Now, I think he can hit bad pitching. I mean, I don't think that that's necessarily going to be a problem. But no, I don't. I would rather Cerna at first base, you know, and then maybe you DH. I don't know. Maybe you do DH York. I don't know. But I think Cerna's definitely more athletic, and I'd want him on the field.
Okay.
But from a small ball standpoint, look, man, the best way to guard against a team small balling you to death is to not walk guys. Give no free passes. Don't give them the ability to bunt a guy over. You can't hit and run if nobody's on base. You know, the errors, I want to say they're not as controllable. You know, ball can take a bad hop. Some things like that can happen. You know, but, man, if they can lock in, Matt, on throwing strikes and limiting the free passes, I think you limit Kentucky's opportunity to do those things.
Casey Evans was awesome last week. I mean, pitched into the 8th inning, 15 strikeouts, had 1 walk. It was the last hitter he faced. You believe that's replicable for him?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen it. We've seen it now.
Not like that.
We've seen it now quite a bit, though, where the guy's just dominating. He's got really, really, really good stuff. It's been well documented that they tried to make some changes, and he kind of went back to his old ways, and we're seeing what those old ways look like. I mean, look, there was a time where I wasn't sold on him on Friday night, truthfully. I mean, when he was kind of in the middle of those struggles, just didn't look like himself. But, man, the last few outings, I don't know that there's a better one out there. Yeah, he can replicate that. You know, now the 15 punch-outs, I don't know. That's a lot of strikeouts. But just as far as executing his pitches in a unorthodox way, it gives hitters problems.
He was awesome against Oklahoma. Against Vanderbilt, he really struggled. He only made it through 3 innings, didn't record an out in the 4th, and that's the game where he walked 5 and struck out 5. The week before, so he struggled against Milwaukee. He only went 3 1/3. Then subsequent every weekend of the rest of the 3 pre-conference, he kept getting better and better and better. And so the thought was, man, going to Vanderbilt, he was going to continue building on that, and he regressed. And so that's when a lot of the big questions crept in. And then last week, kaboom. Mm-hmm. So I'll be fascinated to see which version of Evans that we see. I'm with you. To expect 15 strikeouts is absurd. But can you see a guy pitch you into the 7th inning and limit Kentucky tonight to 2 or 3 runs and give your team a chance to win, get deep in the ballgame, especially now with no Cooper Moore for likely a month? You need Evans and Schmidt to go eat innings for you.
On the small ball note, too, it'd be interesting to see who plays third base.
I think it's going to be Pearson. I mean, it seems like Pearson is solidified now at third.
I don't know who's the better defender, you know? Because if it's a team that bunts a lot, that's a thing. That is a real thing that can turn a game upside down very fast. I don't know the answer to that. I hadn't seen him play a whole lot of third base.
Here's obvious. They tried him on the right side of the infield, and it was a mess.
Right.
He can play the left side of the infield. I think the question is who's at second base for you, and because I think Pearson's going to keep playing third. So do you go Carraway or do you go one of the young guys as a young defensive player? We haven't seen William Patrick yet.
What position does he play, Patrick?
They assume he's like going to be – he was a shortstop in high school. He's a really athletic guy. He was long, could play in the outfield, but he's not going to play in the outfield right now. So
he's a shortstop. He's a big old dude.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They could be like shortstop in the future to replace Milam.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. Great athlete. Could he be your option at second? He hasn't played. I don't know that you go give him his first start of the season in this ball game. But do you play Ruckert or Klaus over there? to get a better defender.
Yeah, I don't think second base matters as much in the
you
small
say that,
ball stuff.
But I'm not even saying just the small ball stuff. But,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But
I'm thinking like
But also your inability to turn a double play is jarring right now.
That's and you can't walk guys, and you have to turn double plays when you have the opportunity. It's like when you're playing blackjack, hitting the double downs. If you don't hit your double downs, Matt, you're not going to win. You got to turn the double plays. You have to turn the double plays.
What's a double down? You double your bet?
Double your bet, baby.
I don't bet.
Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
Well, I bet sports bet it like pretty much every day. I take a lot of locks and everything like that. But I could go to a casino. Like I could move into a casino. I could like put a cot in the corner. I could just eat in the casino, live in there, whatever, and never, ever gamble.
Like no play cards or
no interest, none whatsoever.
But you would sports bet.
Yeah, I love sports bet.
That's gambling.
I'm not opposed to gambling.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like table games and card games and stuff like that. I don't poker or blackjack or craps, roulette, any of that stuff. I don't do any of it.
Yeah, that's okay. Each his own.
Yeah.
I like cards.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see what happens at that. I wouldn't be shocked to see somebody at third. That, we'll see.
Like, do you know something here? Because I'm like, they just keep running Pearson out there, and Jay's always favored offense over defense.
I know that he played what's his name last year at third base. He was hitting like 120 because he
Reeves.
No.
Oh, Braswell.
Yeah, because he could field the bunt, and that's why he played.
Yeah, Braswell was great out there. But we had also seen Braswell hit in his life before.
Yeah, but
Reeves couldn't hit.
And Braswell last year was at that point was the DO. I mean, let's be honest. He was the designated out. He was getting out. The team needed just to get to him if they needed an out at that point. No offense to Braswell.
It's all good.
He's playing hard.
We're going to wrap up hour number 2. We'll do Kick Rocks. We're giving away we're announcing our $25,000 winner in 13 minutes from right now. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
The Moscona special is back at River City's 1 hour air.
Tell me about it.
Well, you got to get your preseason AC tune-up, right?
Okay, yeah, done that.
You mentioned the show, mentioned the Moscona special.
Give you $100.
$30 off.
What?
If you need a repair.
I didn't say anything.
You need a repair. Mention the Moscona special. $50 off your repair.
What? The Moscona special's back.
It's back, bro.
And you need your AC running right at this point in time.
The thing that I tell people all the time is that if you can't remember the last time you had your AC tune-up, it's time.
And you're stupid.
And you're stupid. Because you should do it literally every year.
Like changing your oil.
You would not, well, some people might, like my wife. You would just ride around with your check engine light, your oil light on forever. Like, no, that's a bad thing for your engine. You want this car to last? Okay. You want your AC to last? You got to get that thing cleaned and tuned up and running efficient. River City's 1 hour air.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Last one for Cobble before we have to end.
Oh, we can't end without Cobble, huh?
Similar vein to what Lane actually just asked about.
Stay on. We'll have our point guard next.
Yes, fantastic.
Hold tight.
He's such a beauty. I can't wait.
The General's back.
The General. We're going to get to Ask Ryan. Get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400. By the way, that's my text line. But we announced this earlier. You can now text. We got a new text software for the whole station. So you can text 499-1045. Our call-in line?
Yeah.
You can now text 225-499-1045, and I have the software pulled up on my screen where I can see your text. Here's the thing, though. It shows me your phone number. It does not show me your name. So if you text 499-1045, do it. Get your questions in there if you want. But if you want me to say your name, you have to tell me who your name is. Like I asked people earlier about the press conference. Yes, I'll be there going to the press conference Monday. Do you think it's boot up or reboot? Will be used at his press conference. Going to the press conference, I'm going. There's all the... Anyway. So if you text and you want me to say your name on air, you got to text your name.
Yeah, don't assume that Matt has your name stored in his phone.
Well, this isn't my phone.
Yeah.
On my text line on my phone, you have to put your name in there. So I do have their names. On this text think you have to tell me your name.
You have to.
Or you don't have to, but I won't know your name if you don't say it.
Would you make up a name in that like if you didn't have a name, would you just make up a name?
Seamus O'Toole.
Yes.
Bobby O'Shea. No, Muse didn't get it. Okay. I thought I'd get you there, Muse. No? Nope. Okay.
I was working on something. Apologies.
Greg New Guy asked Ryan, how back are we?
Oh, we're back, bro. We're back. We need a couple years and a couple strong offers, but we'll be back.
Ask Ryan, this is from Craig Alema. The occasional turd in the pool is back this coming season. Blue Bayou's reopening under new management.
Yep.
Can't wait for the overweight ladies, the fat guys wearing bikinis and Speedos. You plan on going to the water park?
Who said that? Craig?
Craig Alema.
Craig. I bought a building directly across the street from Blue Bayou so I could watch people sliding on the slides. Yes, I'm going back. Yes, I'm getting my season pass the first day. And yes, I'm super excited to see all the sights.
Ray Cavan asked Ryan, should Will Wade start his press conference by saying LSU made me a strong-ass offer?
Yes, he should.
Sean asked Ryan, when Texas 8-4 goes after Jay Johnson, what is the proper retaliation?
I don't understand that question. Really?
Ask Ryan, who had more of an impact on Will Wade coming back, you or Erica? Erica kind of willed this into existence.
Well, I think I sent you a picture. And I don't know that you got what the picture meant when I sent it the other day.
What did you send me?
This is how much Will Wade means to me and my family.
Oh yeah. With your children holding up the.
Look how young they are.
I know.
They're babies.
They are.
This is deep. This is personal for the Therios.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics, OLOLRMC.com/LSU, OLOLRMC.com/LSU. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU together, we roar. It was a busy week for the Scones, actually, with the Lake. Wednesday, we took Drew to Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. He had his neurology appointment there with Dr. Shaw. So, yes, they have all different types of specialists and subspecialists at Our Lady of the Lake. Pediatrics, heart, cancer, stroke. They do it all at Our Lady of the Lake with world-class physicians and care right here at home. They'll care for everyday champions like you and me and the champion Tigers on the field, the court, the diamond. See all the great NIL deals that they've done with LSU athletes across many different sports. Our Lady of the Lake has been an amazing partner of LSU Athletics, the championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU. Together, we roar.